ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly prioritized you? Not your job, not the opinions of others, but your dreams, your growth, your purpose. You see, the world will always try to distract you. It's loud, chaotic, and relentless in its demand for your attention. But if you want to soar, you've got to tune out the noise and tune into your vision, because you are your greatest investment. And the dividends, they pay out for a lifetime. To focus on yourself means understanding that every single day is an opportunity to build your mind, build your body, build your dream. And yes, the world may tell you that it's selfish, but hear me when I say this: focusing on yourself is not selfish, it's essential. Because when you elevate yourself, you elevate everyone around you. But let me make this clear: dreaming alone is not enough. Dreams without action are just wishes. And wishes, they don't change the world. You must act. One step at a time, one brick at a time. Discipline is what transforms your vision into reality. It's what separates those who talk about success from those who achieve it. And remember this: your journey is yours alone. Stop comparing yourself to others. Their path isn't yours to walk. Celebrate their victories, but don't let them overshadow your progress. You are in competition with only one person, the version of yourself from yesterday. Now let's talk about failure. I want you to redefine what it means. Failure is not the end. It's not the enemy. It's the teacher that shows you where you need to grow. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Finally, you've got to believe in what you can't yet see. When the world doubts you, you've got to have unshakable faith in yourself. Because the only person who needs to believe in your dream is you. So today, make a decision. Decide to focus on yourself and your dreams with relentless intensity. Decide that no matter the challenge, no matter the odds, you will rise. Because the moment you commit to that decision, the universe aligns in your favor. And when you succeed, and you won't just be changing your life, you'll be inspiring others to change theirs. Let's build, let's dream. And let's focus. You are your greatest investment, because everything you hope to achieve, everything you dream of, starts and ends with you. Think about it: your energy, your mindset, your skills, your ability to adapt and grow. These are the foundations upon which your success is built. Without nurturing these, no external opportunity, no stroke of luck can sustain long-term progress. Investing in yourself begins with understanding your worth. It's not about arrogance or selfishness. It's about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Your health, your education, your emotional stability, these are not luxuries, they are necessities. When you prioritize them, you're not just enriching your life, you're equipping yourself to make a greater impact on the world. Consider the way you spend your time. Every moment you dedicate to learning, growing, and refining your craft is an investment that compounds over time. It's like planting seeds. At first it might feel slow, almost insignificant, but with consistency and care, those seeds will grow into something extraordinary: a skill, a business, a body of work, a legacy. It also means stepping back and asking yourself, am I aligning my actions with my goals? Far too often, we allow distractions, obligations, or the opinions of others to pull us away from what truly matters. But when you focus on developing yourself, whether it's by gaining knowledge, improving your physical health, or deepening your emotional intelligence, you are creating a foundation that no one can take from you. Let's not ignore the tough part. Self-investment isn't easy. It requires sacrifice. It might mean saying no to a night out so you can study, or waking up an hour earlier to exercise or meditate. It might mean spending your hard-earned money on a course, a mentor, or a tool that moves you closer to your dream. But think about it: what's the alternative? Spending your time and energy on things that yield no lasting return. The choice is clear when you realize that every moment you dedicate to yourself is an investment in your future. And here's the beautiful thing: when you make yourself a priority, everything around you begins to change. Your confidence grows, opportunities seem to find you, relationships deepen, because you're operating from a place of fullness, not lack. You inspire others not because you're trying to, but because people are drawn to those who respect themselves enough to grow. Ultimately, no one else can make this investment for you. People can guide you, encourage you, and cheer you on, but the work is yours. And that's the most empowering realization of all your future is in your hands. You hold the pen. You write the story. So make the decision. Choose to see yourself as worthy of the time, effort, and care it takes to grow. Because the better you become, the better your world becomes. You are your greatest asset, and the returns on that investment are infinite. Distractions are everywhere. They're in your phone, your email, the endless notifications, and even in the expectations and opinions of others. They're the subtle thieves of focus, robbing you of time and energy that could be spent building your dreams. If you want to achieve anything significant, you must learn to eliminate distractions with intention and discipline. Distractions don't just steal time, they fragment your mind. Every time you get pulled away from your work, it takes effort to refocus. It's like trying to climb a mountain, but stopping every few steps to walk back down. Progress slows and frustration grows. Over time, you might even lose sight of the peak altogether. But when you cut out distractions, you gain clarity, you can focus your energy like a laser, and that's when real progress happens. Eliminating distraction starts with awareness. You have to recognize what's pulling your attention away. Is it social media, gossip, tasks that aren't aligned with your goals? Sometimes distractions are obvious, like mindlessly scrolling your phone. Other times, they disguise themselves as productivity, like spending hours organizing your to-do list instead of tackling the most important task. Once you've identified your distractions, it's time to take action. This requires setting boundaries, not just with others, but with yourself. Turn off notifications. Set specific times to check your email or respond to messages. Create a space where you can work without interruption, whether that means closing the door, using noise-canceling headphones, or simply telling people, I'm unavailable for the next hour. But eliminating distractions isn't just about physical interruptions, it's also about mental ones. How often do we let our own thoughts become the biggest distraction? Doubts, fears, and what ifs can paralyze you just as much as external interruptions. So to combat this, you need practices that anchor your mind, like meditation, journaling, or simply taking a moment to breathe and refocus. It's also important to remember that distractions often thrive in the absence of a clear purpose. When you're unsure of your direction, it's easy to get pulled into anything that feels urgent or interesting. But when your goals are crystal clear, distractions lose their power. Your vision acts like a compass, guiding you back whenever you stray. This isn't about perfection. You will face distractions, it's inevitable. The goal isn't to eliminate every single one, but to develop the resilience to quickly return to what matters. It's about creating habits and systems that make focus your default state, not an exception. When you eliminate distractions, you're not just reclaiming your time, you're reclaiming your life. You're telling yourself and the world that your goals are worth it, that your dreams deserve your full attention. And in doing so, you give yourself the gift of momentum. Because here's the truth, the world doesn't wait for anyone. If you don't take control of your focus, someone else will. So decide today to protect your time and energy. Guard them fiercely. Because when you do, you create the space to do what you're truly capable of, and that is where greatness begins. Dreaming big is the spark that ignites your potential. It's the vision of what could be, the inspiration that pulls you towards something greater than your current reality. Big dreams are necessary because they challenge you to grow, to think beyond limitations, and to imagine a future that excites and motivates you. But a dream, no matter how grand, is only the beginning. Without action, it remains a fantasy, something you talk about but never live. Taking action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the process of transforming an idea into reality. Step by step, action is where the work happens, where you face challenges, learn lessons, and build the foundation for success. Dreams are important, but action gives them life. The first step in turning your dream into reality is to get clear on what it looks like. Vague dreams lead to vague results. You have to define it. What does success look like for you? What will it take to achieve it? Break it down into specific, actionable steps. A big dream can feel overwhelming, but when you turn it into smaller tasks, it becomes manageable. Each step, no matter how small, is progress. Action requires courage because stepping into the unknown is never easy. Doubts will creep in. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? These questions are natural, but they're also distractions. Action silences doubt. When you take even one small step, you prove to yourself that you're capable. With each step, your confidence grows, and what once seemed impossible starts to feel within reach. Consistency is the secret ingredient. It's not about massive leaps every single day. It's about showing up, even when it's hard. It's about doing the work when you don't feel like it, when no one is watching, when results seem far away. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It comes from sustained, focused action over time. But let's be clear, action isn't always glamorous. It's not always Instagram worthy. Sometimes it's repetitive, tedious, even boring. But that's where the magic happens. The hours you spend honing your skills, learning from mistakes, and refining your approach are the building blocks of greatness. Dreaming big also means being prepared for setbacks. Action doesn't guarantee smooth sailing. There will be failures, missteps, and moments when you question everything. But here's the key: failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. Every failure teaches you something valuable. Every setback gives you a chance to adjust your course. The only true failure is not trying. And let's not forget the power of momentum. When you take consistent action, even small wins create a ripple effect. They build energy and motivation. You start to see results, and those results fuel your belief in what's possible. Action feeds belief, and belief drives more action. Dreams alone won't change your life, but dreams backed by relentless action will. So don't just dream big, commit to the work, commit to the process. Show up for yourself every day and let your actions speak louder than your intentions. Because when you combine the power of a big dream with the discipline of action, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Self-discipline is one of the most misunderstood concepts, often seen as restrictive or burdensome. People equate it with sacrifice, denial, or living a joyless life, but in truth, self-discipline is the key to freedom. It's not about limiting your life, it's about taking control of it. When you master self-discipline, you unlock the ability to create the life you truly want, rather than being controlled by fleeting desires, external pressures, or circumstances. Freedom is the ability to make choices that align with your values and goals. But here's the catch: without self-discipline, those choices are often driven by impulse or convenience rather than intention. You might choose comfort over growth, instant gratification over long-term success, or distraction over focus. These choices feel good in the moment, but often lead to regret, stagnation, or missed opportunities. Self-discipline flips this dynamic. It empowers you to prioritize what truly matters, even when it's hard. When you cultivate self-discipline, you create structure in your life. And within that structure, you find freedom. For example, financial discipline, saving, budgeting, and living within your means leads to financial freedom. Physical discipline, eating well, exercising, and getting enough rest leads to a healthier body that allows you to fully engage in life. Discipline in how you spend your time ensures that you make room for your passions, relationships, and personal growth. Self-discipline is also the foundation of self-respect. Every time you follow through on a commitment to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, dependable, and worthy of your goals. On the other hand, every time you break a promise to yourself, you chip away at that belief. Over time, self-discipline becomes less about forcing yourself to act and more about living in alignment with the person you want to be. It's important to recognize that self-discipline is not about perfection. It's not about never slipping up or always being on. It's about consistency. It's about making the right choice more often than not and forgiving yourself when you stumble so you can get back on track. Self-discipline is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Self-discipline also gives you the ability to delay gratification, which is one of the most powerful predictors of success. In a world that constantly tempts you with shortcuts, distractions, and instant reaction, the ability to wait, to hold out for something better, sets you apart. It allows you to stay focused on your long-term vision, even when the path is difficult or the rewards aren't immediate. There's another kind of freedom that comes with self-discipline, the freedom from regret. How many times have you looked back and wished you had stayed consistent, taken that opportunity, or stuck with your goals? Self-discipline minimizes those moments. It allows you to look back and say, I gave it my all. I stayed true to what I wanted. That kind of peace of mind is priceless. Finally, self-discipline gives you mastery over your emotions. It doesn't mean suppressing how you feel. It means not letting emotions dictate your actions. Whether it's fear, frustration, or fatigue, self-discipline helps you stay grounded and make choices based on your values rather than your moods. Freedom is not about doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That kind of freedom often leads to chaos, regret, and unfulfilled potential. True freedom is the ability to design a life you love, and that requires self-discipline. When you master yourself, you master your destiny. Self-discipline may feel hard in the moment, but the rewards it brings, the freedom, the confidence, the fulfillment make it worth every effort. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your life. Their energy, attitudes, and behaviors inevitably influence your own. Whether you realize it or not, the company you keep shapes your mindset, your choices, and ultimately your destiny. Relationships are powerful. They can either propel you forward or hold you back. Spend enough time with people who are motivated and ambitious and positive, and you'll find yourself naturally adopting those qualities. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by negativity, complacency, or destructive habits, it becomes all too easy to absorb those traits as well. You become a reflection of the environment you allow yourself to exist in. When you choose to surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you, you're creating a support system that pushes you to grow. These individuals don't let you settle for mediocrity. They hold you accountable, encourage your dreams, and celebrate your victories. Their belief in you fuels your belief in yourself. They remind you of your potential, even in moments when you doubt it. But not everyone in your life will serve this purpose, and that's okay. The challenge lies in recognizing when certain relationships are no longer aligned with your goals. This doesn't mean you need to cut people off harshly, but it does mean being intentional about where you invest your energy. Time and attention are finite. If you spend them on relationships that drain you, you'll have less to give to the ones that uplift you. It's also important to evaluate the behaviors and mindsets of those closest to you. Are they helping you build or tearing you down? Do they encourage your growth or do they feed your fears? Relationships should be a two-way street, a balance of giving and receiving. If you're the only one supporting, encouraging, or growing, it's worth reflecting on whether that dynamic serves your best interests. The company you keep also sets the standard for what you consider normal. If you're surrounded by people who settle for less, complain about life, or avoid challenges, you might start to see those patterns as acceptable. But if your circle is filled with people who strive for excellence, take responsibility for their actions, and pursue their dreams, you'll be inspired to do the same. This principle extends beyond personal relationships. The content you consume, the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the media you engage with also shapes your environment. Think of these influences as part of your extended circle. Are they feeding your mind with ideas that align with your goals, or are they pulling you into distractions and negativity? Building the right circle takes effort. It might mean stepping out of your comfort zone to connect with people who inspire you. It might mean joining groups, attending events, or seeking mentors who have achieved what you aspire to. These relationships often don't happen by accident. They require intentionality. But the payoff is worth it. When you're surrounded by people who are striving for greatness, you can't help but rise to the occasion. At the same time, don't underestimate your role in shaping others. Just as you're influenced by those around you, you also influence them. Be the person who uplifts, encourages, and motivates. Your energy and actions can inspire others to dream bigger and aim higher. Relationships are reciprocal, and when you bring value to others, you attract people who bring value to you. Ultimately, the company you keep is a reflection of the standards you set for yourself. Choose wisely, because these relationships have the power to either anchor you to where you are or launch you to where you want to be. Surround yourself with people who align with your values, who see the greatness in you, and who are unafraid to push you toward it. Your destiny is too important to leave to chance, and the right circle will help you reach it. Comparison is one of the most common traps in life, and yet it's one of the most destructive. It sneaks in subtly, often when you're least expecting it, and robs you of your joy, your confidence, and your peace of mind. You could be feeling content, proud of your progress, or even excited about your future, and then suddenly you see someone else's achievements, possessions, or lifestyle. In an instant, what you have feels small, inadequate, or unworthy. That's the thief at work. When you compare yourself to others, you're playing a game you can never win. Why? Because you're comparing your reality, the messy, unfiltered, behind-the-scenes version of your life, with someone else's highlight reel. Social media amplifies this tenfold, showcasing only the polished, curated moments of people's lives. What you don't see are their struggles, sacrifices, and insecurities, the same things you deal with every day. Comparison distorts your perspective. It shifts your focus away from your unique journey and locks it onto someone else's path. But here's the truth: their path is not your path. Their success does not diminish yours, and their journey has nothing to do with your potential. Each of us is on a different timeline with different challenges, strengths, and opportunities. What's meant for you will not pass you by, and no one else's accomplishments can take that away. Joy comes from gratitude and self-acceptance. When you're caught in comparison, you lose sight of the blessings in your own life. You overlook how far you've come, the obstacles you've overcome, and the progress you've made. Instead of appreciating what you have, you focus on what you lack. This mindset breeds discontentment, frustration, and sometimes even envy, all of which are poison to your happiness. The irony of comparison is that it's entirely self-inflicted. No one forces you to compare yourself to others. It's a choice, often unconscious, but a choice nonetheless. And because it's a choice, you have the power to stop it. You can choose to shift your focus inward, to measure your progress against your own potential, not someone else's. Breaking free from comparison starts with self-awareness. Notice when you're comparing yourself to others. Ask yourself why you feel the need to measure up. Often it stems from insecurities or a belief that you're not enough. Instead of dwelling on these feelings, challenge them. Remind yourself of your unique strengths, your goals, and the things that make you who you are. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small they may seem. Comparison often blinds us to the victories in our own lives because we're too busy looking at someone else's. Take time to reflect on what you've accomplished and how much you've grown. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to comparison because it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Another way to combat comparison is to turn envy into inspiration. Instead of feeling discouraged by someone else's success, ask yourself what you can learn from them. Let their achievements motivate you to work harder, dream bigger, or try a different approach. Remember, there's enough success in the world for everyone. Someone else's light doesn't dim yours, it simply reminds you to shine brighter. It's also important to set boundaries, especially in environments that trigger comparison. This might mean limiting your time on social media, unfollowing accounts that make you feel inadequate, or focusing on your goals instead of someone else's feed. Protect your mental and emotional space because your joy is worth safeguarding. Ultimately, comparison steals not just joy, but also your authenticity. You weren't meant to be like anyone else. You were designed with a unique purpose, and your journey is yours alone. Embrace it fully. Celebrate your highs, learn from your lows, and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. When you stop comparing, you free yourself to appreciate the beauty of your own life, and that is where true joy begins. Failure is often misunderstood. Too many people see it as a sign of inadequacy, as proof that they're not good enough or that their dreams are out of reach. But failure is not the end. In fact, failure is one of the most powerful tools you have to grow, to learn, and to succeed. When you change your perspective on failure, it stops being something to fear and becomes a resource you can harness, a source of fuel to drive you forward. Every great success story is built on a foundation of failures. The world's most accomplished individuals didn't reach their heights by avoiding mistakes. They achieved greatness because they embraced their failures and used them to improve. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each failed attempt brought him closer to the solution, teaching him something new and valuable. The same applies to you. Every failure is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Failure teaches lessons that success never can. When things go perfectly, you might celebrate the win, but you rarely stop to analyze why you succeeded. Failure forces you to reflect. It pushes you to ask hard questions. What went wrong? What could I have done differently? What did this experience teach me? These lessons are priceless because they help you refine your approach and build a stronger foundation for the future. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to stop seeing failure as a verdict on your abilities and start seeing it as feedback. Failure doesn't define you, it informs you. It's not an indication that you're incapable, it's a signal that you're growing, that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and attempting something new. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. Staying in your comfort zone might keep you safe, but it will never lead to growth. Failure also builds resilience. Every time you fall and get back up, you become stronger. You develop the mental and emotional toughness to face challenges head on. This resilience becomes a key ingredient in achieving your goals because success is rarely a straight line. The road is often filled with detours, obstacles, and setbacks. Resilience ensures that you don't give up at the first sign of difficulty or the 10th. When you embrace failure, you give yourself permission to take risks. Playing it safe might protect you from mistakes, but it also limits your potential. True growth comes from pushing boundaries, from daring to dream bigger than you ever thought possible. And with big dreams come the inevitability of setbacks. But if you see failure as part of the process, those setbacks won't scare you. They'll empower you to keep going, knowing that each one brings you closer to your goal. It's important to let go of the fear of judgment that often accompanies failure. Too many people let the opinions of others dictate their willingness to take risks. But the truth is, most people are too focused on their own lives to scrutinize yours. And even if they do, their opinions have no bearing on your journey. Failure is proof that you're trying, that you're putting yourself out there, and that you're committed to growth. Embracing failure also means learning to separate your worth from your outcomes. You are not your mistakes. Your value doesn't diminish because you didn't succeed on the first try or the 10th. Failure is an event, not a definition. It's something you experience, not something you are. This perspective frees you to take risks and chase your dreams without the weight of self-doubt holding you back. Use failure as motivation. Let it light a fire within you to try again, to work harder, to refine your strategy. Let it remind you of why you started in the first place. When you shift your mindset, failure stops being an obstacle and becomes a stepping stone. It's not the thing that holds you back, it's the thing that propels you forward. Remember, every time you fail, you're closer to success. Each setback is a chance to begin again with more wisdom, strength, and determination. So don't fear failure, welcome it. Embrace it as part of your journey. Use it as fuel to push yourself further than you ever thought possible. Because the only true failure is giving up. And as long as you keep going, every failure is a step toward the life you're destined to build. Belief in the unseen is the cornerstone of every great achievement. It's the ability to trust in something that hasn't yet materialized, a dream, a vision, or a purpose. It's the quiet confidence that allows you to move forward, even when the evidence around you suggests you shouldn't. It's about faith in yourself, faith in your potential, and faith in the process. Without this belief, the challenges of life can feel insurmountable, and the pursuit of your dreams can seem futile. Everything that exists in the world today, from towering skyscrapers to life-changing inventions, once existed only in someone's imagination. At one point, the idea of human flight was dismissed as impossible, and the thought of instant communication across continents was unimaginable. Yet those who believed in the unseen refused to accept limitations. They held on to their vision even when others doubted, and worked tirelessly until the invisible became visible. Believing in the unseen requires you to cultivate a vision so strong that it becomes a guiding force in your life. This vision is what fuels your persistence when obstacles arise. It's what keeps you moving forward when the road is unclear and progress feels slow. It's the ability to see what others can't and to hold on to that vision even when it seems far away. This belief is not blind optimism, it's a deliberate choice. It's choosing to focus on possibilities rather than problems, to trust in the process of growth, and to have faith in your ability to navigate challenges. It's about acknowledging the difficulties but refusing to let them define your journey. To believe in the unseen, you must first believe in yourself. You must trust that you have the strength, creativity, and resilience to bring your vision to life. Self-doubt is one of the greatest barriers to this belief. It whispers, what if you're not good enough? What if you fail? But believing in the unseen means quieting that doubt and reminding yourself that you are capable, even if you don't have all the answers yet. Belief in the unseen also requires patience. Dreams don't come to life overnight. The journey from where you are to where you want to be is often filled with uncertainties, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But when you believe in the unseen, you understand that these moments are part of the process. They don't mean your vision isn't possible. They simply mean you're still on the path to achieving it. Surrounding yourself with the right people can also strengthen your belief. Seek out those who encourage you, who remind you of your potential, and who believe in your vision even when it's not yet visible. These individuals act as mirrors, reflecting your greatness back to you and reinforcing your faith in what's possible. Believing in the unseen also means letting go of the need for immediate validation. Society often teaches us to seek external proof before we commit to something, but the most extraordinary achievements require you to act before the evidence is there. You have to take the leap even when you can't see the whole staircase. This kind of belief transforms how you approach challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as signs to stop, you see them as opportunities to grow. Instead of letting failure shake your faith, you use them as stepping stones to refine your approach. Believing in the unseen gives you the courage to keep going, even when the path ahead is unclear. Belief in the unseen is not just about achieving external success, it's about personal transformation. It changes who you are at your core. It strengthens your character, builds your resilience, and deepens your connection to your purpose. It helps you tap into a well of strength and determination that you might not even realize you have. When you believe in the unseen, you give yourself permission to dream bigger, to take risks, and to step into the unknown. You trust that the effort you're putting in now will pay off, even if the results aren't immediately visible. You trust that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your vision. Ultimately, believing in the unseen is about faith in the power of possibility. It's about knowing that the life you envision is not only possible, but inevitable if you commit to it with your whole heart. So dream boldly, act courageously, and trust in the unseen, knowing that it's only a matter of time before it becomes your reality. As we come to the end of this journey through powerful truths, let me remind you of one thing. Everything you need to build the life you dream of is already within you. Your potential is limitless, your purpose is unique, and your resilience is unmatched. But unlocking all of this requires intention, focus, and belief. It requires choosing yourself not in selfishness, but in commitment to becoming the best version of who you are meant to be. When you focus on yourself and your dreams, you create a ripple effect. You eliminate distractions, you embrace failure, you believe in the unseen, and you refuse to let comparison steal your joy. You surround yourself with people who lift you higher and push you further, and you take disciplined, intentional steps every day toward the life you envision. But remember this, none of it happens overnight. The path is long, and the journey will test you. There will be challenges, doubts, and moments where quitting seems easier than continuing. In those moments, dig deep. Reignite your belief in what's possible. Hold on to your vision, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. You are not just capable of greatness, you are destined for it. So take this message to heart. Your dreams are valid, your potential is real, and your time is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because perfection is an illusion. Begin today. Invest in yourself, trust in your journey, and give everything you have to the life you want to create. You are your greatest asset, and when you choose to fully commit to your growth, there is nothing you cannot achieve. The world needs your light, your vision, and your purpose. So stand tall, move boldly, and make no apologies for chasing your dreams. You have everything you need to succeed. Now go out there and make it happen.